Mayer Amschel Rothschild, the patriarch of the Rothschild banking dynasty, famously advised his 5 sons, "Let me issue and control a nation's money, and I care not who writes the laws." This profound statement encapsulates the essence of financial power and its far-reaching implications. This statement, uttered in the late 18th century, laid bare the immense power that financial control could wield over governments and nations. It was a bold declaration of the influence that money could have over the very fabric of society. This philosophy would guide the Rothschild family and other powerful banking interests as they shaped world events throughout the 19th and 20th centuries. The Rothschilds' strategic financial maneuvers and investments allowed them to become indispensable to the economic stability of many nations. The Rothschilds, based in Frankfurt, quickly established themselves as financial kingmakers. Their banking house in Frankfurt became a hub of financial activity, attracting clients from all over Europe. They financed monarchs, funded wars, and manipulated markets. Their ability to provide large sums of money to governments in times of need made them invaluable allies to many European powers. Their influence extended across Europe, fueled by a complex web of loans, bonds, and investments. The Rothschilds' financial network was intricate and far-reaching, allowing them to exert control over various economic sectors. This financial empire allowed them to exert significant influence on governments, often dictating economic policies and shaping the destinies of nations. Their counsel was sought by kings and ministers alike, making them key players in the political arena. One of the most striking examples of the Rothschilds' influence occurred during the Napoleonic Wars. The chaos and uncertainty of war provided a fertile ground for their financial strategies. Nathan Mayer Rothschild, the 3rd son based in London, used his financial acumen and intelligence network to exploit the chaos of war. His ability to gather and act on information quickly gave him a significant advantage over his competitors. He skillfully manipulated bond markets, amassing a fortune for the family and crippling the French economy in the process. His actions during this period demonstrated the power of financial intelligence and strategic investment. This era marked the beginning of a pattern where banking families like the Rothschilds played pivotal roles in shaping global events. Their financial decisions had far-reaching consequences, influencing the outcomes of wars and the stability of nations. Their influence extended far beyond the realm of finance, reaching into the very heart of political power and international relations. The Rothschilds' ability to navigate the complex interplay between money and politics made them indispensable to many governments. The seeds of this influence, sown in the 18th century, would continue to bear fruit for generations to come. The legacy of Mayer Amschel Rothschild's maxim is a testament to the enduring power of financial control and its impact on the world stage. The Napoleonic Wars proved to be a defining period for the Rothschilds, showcasing their ability to leverage financial power for geopolitical gain. This era not only tested their financial acumen, but also highlighted their strategic brilliance in navigating the turbulent waters of European politics. Nathan Rothschild, based in London, orchestrated a brilliant, if ruthless, strategy. His actions during this period would not only secure his family's fortune, but also alter the course of history. He recognized that controlling information was as crucial as controlling capital. In an age where news traveled slowly, having the right information at the right time could make or break fortunes. His agents were among the first to learn of Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo in 1815. This early intelligence gave Rothschild a significant advantage over other investors and political figures. While the news spread slowly, Rothschild used his foreknowledge to execute a daring maneuver on the London Stock Exchange. He understood that perception could drive market behavior, and he was ready to exploit this to his benefit. He began selling British government bonds, creating the impression that Britain had lost the war. This move was calculated to induce panic among other investors. Panic ensued and bond prices plummeted. Investors, fearing the worst, scrambled to sell their holdings, driving prices even lower. Once the prices reached rock bottom, Rothschild secretly bought back vast quantities of the devalued bonds through his agents. This covert operation required meticulous planning and absolute secrecy. When news of Wellington's victory finally reached London, the market rebounded dramatically. The sudden surge in bond prices meant that Rothschild's holdings skyrocketed in value. Rothschild, having cornered the market, reaped astronomical profits. His foresight and audacity had paid off, solidifying his reputation as a financial genius. This financial coup cemented the Rothschilds' position as the preeminent banking power in Europe. Their influence extended far beyond mere wealth. They became key players in the political and economic spheres of the continent. It also demonstrated how financial manipulation could sway the fate of nations. The Rothschilds' actions during the Napoleonic Wars were a testament to the power of strategic financial intervention. Napoleon himself allegedly blamed his downfall on the Rothschilds, stating, "They are the masters of the world." This quote, whether true or apocryphal, underscores the perceived omnipotence of the Rothschild family. While the veracity of this quote is debated, it reflects the widespread belief in the Rothschilds' influence. Their ability to shape events from behind the scenes was both admired and feared. Their role in the Napoleonic Wars serves as a stark reminder of the intertwined nature of finance and geopolitics. The Rothschilds' actions during this period were a clear demonstration of how financial power could be wielded to achieve political ends. It highlights how financial power, wielded strategically, can be as potent a weapon as any army. The legacy of the Rothschild during the Napoleonic Wars is a testament to the enduring influence of finance in shaping the course of history. The Rothschilds' rise coincided with the emergence of Britain as a global superpower. This powerful banking family, originally from Frankfurt, Germany, established a vast network of financial institutions across Europe. Their influence grew as they provided crucial funding for various governments, including Britain, during times of war and peace. The Bank of England, established in 1694, played a crucial role in financing Britain's imperial ambitions. It was founded to act as the government's banker and debt manager, providing the necessary funds to support military campaigns and colonial expansion. It provided loans to the government, funded the expansion of the British Navy, and facilitated trade within the burgeoning British Empire. The bank's ability to issue banknotes and manage the national debt was instrumental in maintaining Britain's economic stability and growth. The bank operated with a high degree of independence from the government, giving it significant power over the British economy. This autonomy allowed it to make decisions that were in the best interest of the financial sector, often prioritizing the needs of bankers and investors over those of the general public. Throughout the 18th and 19th centuries, a small group of private banking families, including the Rothschilds, exerted considerable influence over the Bank of England. Nathan Mayer Rothschild, in particular, became one of the most powerful figures in European finance, using his wealth and connections to shape economic policies. They used their positions to shape monetary policy, control interest rates, and influence the flow of capital. By doing so, they could ensure that their investments were protected and that they could continue to profit from Britain's economic activities. This control allowed them to profit handsomely from Britain's imperial ventures, while also steering the course of the British economy. The wealth generated from colonial trade and exploitation flowed back to Britain, enriching the bankers and financiers who had facilitated these ventures. The Bank of England became a model for central banks worldwide, with many countries adopting similar systems. Its structure and functions were emulated by other nations seeking to stabilize their own economies and manage their national debts. This proliferation of central banking, often influenced by the British model, further consolidated the power of private banking interests. As these central banks grew in influence, they often collaborated with one another, creating a global network of financial power. They used their influence to promote policies that benefited their own interests, often at the expense of national economies and the working class. The focus on maintaining financial stability and protecting investments sometimes led to economic policies that exacerbated inequality and hardship for ordinary people. The story of British banking during this era is a complex tale of power, influence, and the intertwining of private interests with national ambitions. It highlights the significant role that financial institutions and their leaders played in shaping the economic and political landscape of the time. It reveals how a small group of financiers, operating largely behind the scenes, could shape the destiny of a nation and its empire. Their decisions and actions had far-reaching consequences, influencing not only the British economy, but also the global financial system that emerged in the 19th and 20th centuries.